The UFC's headed to Baku, and we are headed to the promised land with the money that we're going to make from winning PrizePicks entries. And while that is a bit of an exaggeration, we have been doing quite well using some of the tools on the website to make these entries. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say more or less than any of the numbers you see on the screen, you slap a few of them together, and you can make some very real money. They'll even give you free money to play. If you make it like a little $5 entry, just $5, any sport you want, put two lines together, throw $5 at it, you'll get 50 instantly in your account that you can do whatever you want with. So I'm going to focus very squarely on UFC, but you can do any sport that you want. You can mix and match, and you can get that free money. Get the free $50. Go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. Use promo code WWP. That's the promo code that will get you the free money. And $50 isn't nothing. It's not like fake $2. $50. It's not like a free entry. It's $50. And you can do whatever you want with it in PrizePicks. wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, promo code WWP. So we're going to go ahead and build an entry. And everything I'm about to do is going to be counter to what I started this video out with. We have been using a tool on my website called the Fight Simulator that simulates the fights, and it gives you all sorts of outputs and data, like how many strikes these fighters are supposed to land through those prediction models. And using those lines, we've been dominating. We smoked with the Kayla Harrison strike under. I forget what we did last week, but this week, the Fight Simulator was giving me lines that were very similar to these, meaning the PrizePicks lines are good. Where we have found spots is when the PrizePicks lines are not good or the public moves it the wrong direction, then we attack. These just dropped. For whatever reason, PrizePicks is sleeping on their hands this week. Usually Tuesday, Wednesday. We have yesterday, Wednesday, the only thing we had was like 4 fighters on fight minutes. We didn't have takedowns. We didn't have significant strikes. Last week, we had combined strikes. We had total strikes. We had first round strikes. This week, we're barely scraping by. I don't know what the deal is with PrizePicks. Maybe last week went horribly wrong or they're just waiting to the last minute. I don't know. But let's go ahead. I'm going to give you the entry. We're going to start with significant strikes. There's a couple of these that were appealing, but only one that I landed on. Muhammad Usman, 45.5 significant strikes. I like the more there. He is kind of a busy striker. And Hamdi will wrestle early, and then his fat ass will get tired, and then he'll stop wrestling. And Muhammad's strike numbers could go up. The only reason I'm not touching it is maybe Hamdi's not as fat as he was in his last fight, and he wrestles a little more, and Muhammad's not going to be able to get to the strike line. Tagir Ulanbekov, 2 dudes that are very good at wrestling. One super fast and quick in Azat. Tagir's a little slower, wants to slow this pace down, wrestle. The less is a number I was looking at, but ultimately, I'm not going to touch it. Let's work our way down to the line I actually did grab, and I like this line quite a bit. And this is one where I used the Fight Simulator, and it supported my logic here, but it's basically working off of nothing because this is a UFC debut. So we have Sukyako, 32.5 significant strikes. I'm doing the less because the reality is I think Oban Elliott sparks him. And even if Oban Elliott doesn't finish Ko and we end up in a fight that goes 15 minutes, the way Ko fights is he plants his feet and he bombs. But these strikes come from a million miles away. They're the most obvious things in the world. And Oban Elliott is a good striker. He's a good striker. He is fast. He's mobile. He's got good volume. And I think he avoids a lot of just the big winging nonsense. So I think Oban can win in the finish. And if he doesn't win by finish, I think we still are good because he'll just avoid a lot of the strikes coming his way. So we're going to do the less on that significant strike line. The rest of these I don't love. They're all pretty good lines. Nicholas Mata, 25.5 is one that the more would make some sense. But Nazim is good. He can wrestle as well. And we might get a weird fight. Heavyweights, I don't usually touch heavyweights because of those situations. And the more on Khalil Rountree was one that I was going to hammer. And then I went to the Fight Simulator. And the Fight Simulator was like, yeah, that's the line. Through 100,000 simulations, about 48 strikes is what we see on average. So it's like, nah, I'm not going to touch that. So let's go ahead and move over to fight time. Again, we don't have a lot of options here. I'm probably filming this a little early, even though it is Thursday. And by the time we get Friday, Saturday, maybe they'll have some more lines, or maybe PrizePicks just doesn't like this card. Next week's a pay-per-view, so they'll have these lines up nice and early. If I'm looking at this, the Melissa Mullins 12 minutes. Typical lady fight, you would want to absolutely slam that over. I would take the under on the Ko here, the more on the Melissa Mullins fight time, and just throw every dollar I had at it. The problem is they have fought before. Melissa did win by finish, and Daria's ground game is hot garbage. This could, in all likelihood, go to a decision, but I'm not confident enough to jump on that. I do like the Oban less, and I had this in an entry, but you can't have opponents in the same entry. So we're going to leave the Oban less out of it. I trust Ko to land the fewer strikes than I do Oban to win by finish. Nazim Zadikov, the fight minutes, we're going to leave that alone. Nicholas Mata hits hard. Nazim can finish. I'm not touching a heavyweight. In the main event, the more made sense to me, but we'll leave that alone as well. Takedowns is where we're going to get the other two legs here. I like Motobek Orobai to get at least 3 takedowns. This is an artificially low fight line, and I'll take it. He had 6 takedowns in a UFC fight. He had 7 takedowns in a UFC fight. And the only reason his last fight, he only had 2 takedowns, I believe, is because he fought a very good wrestler, a short, compact guy with great wrestling, great power in his hands, and Motobek wasn't able to wrestle as much as he normally does. That's not his opponent. That is not the fight he's going to be in. He's going to be against a very dangerous guy in the feet, so he's going to look to take it down immediately. And then Melissa Mullins, I'm going to do the more. I think Melissa Mullins gets 2 takedowns. She won the first fight on the ground. She was losing the striking exchanges, then took it to the ground. And whether, they're very different fighters now than they were back then, but I still think she's going to immediately look to get this to the ground because that's where she had success last time. So I think she gets it to the ground more than once. Therefore, I'm going to play the more here. This is the entry I have built. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have the Sukyan Ko. And I'm not I'm genuinely trying to say that correct. I'm not trying to be a fucking pervert. We have the Ko, fewer, less than, under on the significant strike line. Motobek Orobai, higher, more than on the takedown line, and the same there with Melissa Mullins. This is my entry. If you like it, great. If this entry doesn't work for you, who gives a shit? Get the free money, $50 for free. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks, promo code WWP.